Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm going to show you guys the totally accurate Battlegrounds shooting range. This is kind of like creative in Fortnite, a little bit like that. More like kind of how Playground used to be. So basically, when you go to the shooting range, you can really do whatever you want here. You can just run around or drive or practice your guns or whatever. So it's good to learn the mechanics here. It's a stress-free way to learn. Over here, he's got all the guns, all the ARs, the pistols, all the crossbows are over here, shotguns, SMGs, LMGs, rocket launcher, minigun, all your SMGs over here, sniper, attachments, some more snipers and LMGs. And then we come over here, we got all your melee weapons, riot shield, always fun, grenade launcher. And then here's all your grenades that we can play with later. And I'll probably make another video to show you guys how all these work. And I'm going to make one how to show how the guns work, and these are the blessings too. I'm going to show how those work. So TABG content and some tips and tricks. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll get that content to you. You can also let me know in the comments what you're looking for help with, and I'll make videos to kind of teach you guys how to play a little bit. So we're just going to grab a few guns and then go explore the rest. My favorites. So if you go out this way, you'll see that there's this shoot the box that spawns samurai. What this does is it spawns NPCs that if you want to practice with guns against real targets, you can spawn these guys. These are their hit points, so 50 HP, 100 HP, 500 HP. A normal player has 100 HP, so this is a good thing to practice with to kind of learn how long it takes to kill somebody. So we'll spawn one of those. What it does is spawn this little guy, and they'll kind of just run at you and try to melee you. So they will one-shot you though if they get too close. But you can spawn them in different health ranges. You can also spawn a lot of them. So if you get on it, go hard, you can just spawn like 30 of those guys. Now you can practice against a horde pushing you. I might have spawned too many. Oh, they kill you if they get too close. So you can kind of do that how you will. If you want to spawn 1,000 of them, go for it. If you want to practice shotguns, it's a good way to do that. Or rocket launchers or whatever. There's also a 500 HP one if you want like a boss fight. These guys run really fast though, and I wouldn't recommend for practice, because as soon as they get to you, you die. So if you want to practice your aim, I'd use the smaller ones. The little 50 health guys. And then you can practice your hip fire and all that stuff. Alright, so those are the samurais. If you go over here, you'll see all these structures. These are all the houses in the game and all the buildings in the game. So if there's like one that's really tripping you up, you can kind of go in them and practice and learn different techniques on them. So if you want to, like this is the big warehouse one, if you need to like practice on how to get through the windows, you can just come on here and practice diving back and forth through the windows. There's a whole bunch of structures. This one's pretty common at tall work. This one's in the middle in industry. These are all over the place. These ones are good to practice. These houses are everywhere. Same with these guys. Just like learn how to go through the windows and stuff. These ones are helpful too to learn because the windows are kind of weird. So if you need to practice getting up these real quick, and then probably taking shots out of these windows is useful, but they're kind of weird to get through. This is another building in industry. One of the taller ones. You can get over the stairs on there. So it's just all the building models. So if you constantly find yourself dying on one, just come over to this area. Kind of just jump around and play around in it. So you master it, and it won't cause you more problems. If you want to bring guns too, there's also, they put NPCs in all of them. Target dummies. So if you want to practice shooting a guy in one of these houses, you know, you can practice doing whatever. Or if you want to practice with a sword or something, like playing aggressive, you can do whatever you want. And if once you get done with that house, you can go over to the next one. And there's usually a dummy. They put the dummies kind of where people can't, or where there's like a good angle to get to somebody. So this one's got a bunch in it, so you can kind of clear the house out. Practice that kind of stuff. So it's good. The shooting range is definitely a great area if you want to practice any of your mechanics. We'll do these since these are right here. So these are the three vehicles in the game. You got the bicycle, motorcycle, and then the car. We'll start with the bicycle over here. So the vehicles are all kind of dependent on where you click them is where you get in. So like if you want, this vehicle is a 3-person vehicle. So if you want to send the basket, you gotta click E on the basket. But then you'll be in the basket. You can shoot while you're in the basket or whatever. And you can also be on the back of the bike. See, I can't drive or anything, but I'm riding on the back. And also shoot. So if you want to get on and drive, you gotta make sure you click in the middle here, like on the seat. And now see I'm driving it. Cool thing is you can go anywhere you really want with these things. You can also still shoot while you're going. So if I want to spawn a samurai here, you can still like drive and shoot around. That's kind of cool. You can get really good at that and get a lot of kills. Just zooming around, shooting people. And another trick with vehicles, if you're going too fast and you get out, you'll fall down. I just fell over like that. If you want to stop that, make sure you stop the vehicle, then hop on. So the motorcycles works the same way as the bicycle, except it's only a 2-seater. So if you want to drive it, you got to click in this middle handlebar area. If you want to sit on the back, you can do that too. But you got to make sure you click back there. Drive's just like the bicycle, but it's a little quicker. A little quicker, but it's the same kind of concept. You can shoot while you're driving, same thing. Same thing though, if you get off while you're going fast, you get stunned really long time. Which is not good, because you'll die if you do that. Car, pretty simple. You want to drive the car, you gotta make sure you click in the driver's seat. Push E in it, or F, or whatever the bind is. You'll get in the driver's seat. If you want to sit in the back, you gotta click in the back. You can click each individual seat, and you'll go to that one. And also if you want to practice your driving, there's this little obstacle course out here. Depending on which vehicle you use, there's different tiers. So if you want to get good practice with the car, you can bob in and out of these pillars. Kind of help you out a little bit. Just like getting used to the controls, seeing what you can fit through, seeing what you can't, what you bounce off of. So it's a good little training course. And that's all right there. So that's it with the vehicles. Alright, we'll go over to the target dummies over here. So these guys are just dummies that respawn, where you can kind of just practice killing them. Whatever guns you want, they just constantly respawn. So you can just play around with different guns you get from the shooting range. They're good to practice your aim on because they don't move. And you can kind of practice like getting headshots and stuff with it a lot easier than on the samurais because they don't really move at all. So these are a good like first step to go through. And you can figure out how many shots it takes to kill somebody because these all have 100 health. That's your typical player starting health with no blessings or anything. Over here is all the blessings in the game. You can get all the common ones, rare, epic, and then legendary. They're all right here, every single one. So if you've seen some in games and you're like, whoa, that's crazy, like this one, rare insight, this basically gives you wall hacks when you put it on. I don't know if it works in creative, but basically puts like red boxes around people, and it's pretty broken. But you can play with them all. The Mad Mechanic lets you throw 3 grenades instead of 1. I'll make another YouTube video on explaining all these things. And tell you which ones stack up good together, perks of all of them, and all that stuff. So make sure you check out the channel because that'll be there up soon. Alright. And then on the others, you also have these cannons up here. Let's grab a sniper. Or an AR or something. So you can really grab whatever gun you want, and all the attachments are right here. So if you want to practice an S7 with a fast barrel and a red dot sight, you can equip that and give it a shot. There's these cannons up here that'll shoot moving targets. Do you want to practice with a gun? Also explode when you hit them. You can just punch that, get your gun out, and then it'll shoot exploding dummies. Kind of get you a little practice with some moving targets. Oop. Same thing. And then if you want to practice from different angles, you can go over here, hit the target. You kind of get practice from different angles. Different difficulty. Obviously a lot harder if they're a lot closer. Practice your flick shots. Do that kind of stuff. So you can use those however you want. And then last, but not least, there's the sniper range. We'll go grab a sniper and a scope and check that out. So this is going to be to practice your long range shots. If you want to practice with SMGs, you can practice how they go. See how far they can shoot, that kind of stuff. But mostly it's a sniper practice range. You really can get your practice in here. On the bullet drop and all that kind of stuff. Also, if you want to practice getting fast, it's a good spot because you can just kind of blow through the targets and they'll respawn slowly. That's kind of like the aim trainers in Fortnite. There's different levels, so you can practice different angles. Top-down angle is going to be a little different than this, slightly lower. And then if you want like a ground position, you want to practice sniping up on people, you can also go down to the bottom and do that. And again, if you want to practice SMGs from different angles, you can get a little closer in here. Say you're getting beat by someone on a roof all the time, you can come up here and kind of just practice the headshots. Or practice the angles that you can hit them at. Practice your hip fires, that kind of stuff. In different scenarios. But so yeah, that's pretty much it for the playground. Or the shooting range. It's a great area for you to practice some mechanics, some skills. I'm gonna be working on like some warm-up courses that you guys can do that'll kind of involve this area. But that's it for now. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out the channel, and I'll be posting more TABG tips and tricks.